to you about the Progressive Era. Progressive Era is a time period where there's a lot of reform going on, especially in the cities. People were wanting to fix some of the problems that were popping up because of the growth of the cities. And progressives, I want to talk about why it's like an umbrella term. It's a generic term. And so I wanted to explain that in a little more depth. It's kind of like sports, like say football. People walk around and say they're a football player, but there's so many different kinds of football players. There's linebackers and wide receivers and quarterback and all those different kind of players. They have their specialization. The progressives were the same way. Progressives is just this generic umbrella term that covers a lot of people's different reform movements. Some people wanted to focus on getting the corruption out of the cities, whether it was the city, state, or national level. Some people wanted to focus on the big corporations, the trusts, the monopolies, and go after people like Rockefeller and Carnegie who are dominating an industry and therefore jacking up the prices. Some people wanted to get kids out of factories. They wanted child labor laws. Some people were about the political machines and trying to get them out of the saloons. And some people were for the 18th Amendment, prohibition. Women also wanted to have the 19th Amendment during this time. And so women might focus on getting the right to vote. And so there's different groups of progressives, but they're all called a progressive. It's just this generic term. And a lot of progressives have a tendency to be middle-class people that live in the city. They're educated enough to understand the flaws of the city and educated enough to know how to try to fix the flaws of the city. And a lot of the progressives are middle class. They have some money to spend on their cause. And a lot of them are women. Women are educated. A lot of these middle-class women are educated, but they don't have to work. And so they can devote their time to their cause, to their progressive movement that they choose to work on. And because women couldn't vote at the time, they were seen as nonpartisan. This isn't attached to the Republican or the Democrat Party. So people had to take them serious because it wasn't linked to anything like that. So that was actually a benefit to them in a way. And any progressive, you could be Republican or a Democrat. It wasn't associated with any party at this time. Both parties had people that were progressives. They were the reform-minded people of the time period, the liberal-minded people of the time period. So you'll study and you'll see that we've had both Republican and Democrat presidents that were progressive.